Alright, this is the first experiment test episode of Thoughts of a Nameless Soul. And I'm gonna go ahead with lucid dreaming. My earliest experiences with it was actually pretty negative for the most part. As a kid, because of it, I used to fear going to sleep. I used to cry going to sleep. I used to be one of those babies. Well, I acted as one of those babies that instead of going to sleep, they would cry. Because the result of it is things I actually didn't want to be doing. And by that I mean when my first earliest experiences of lucid dreaming, which I didn't know was lucid then, but I know it now, is nightmares I could control. Because lucid dreaming kind of bounces off of your mirror of emotions. So if you don't have control over your emotions, and I want to say control, if you do not have a good sense of your emotions and know how to come to terms with it and be in the same energy or vibration and not ignore your emotions and be in harmony with them, then whatever you feel and you can't control is what's going to happen in the dream. You can't force things to happen in a dream. You have to feel it. You have to know it's happening. And if a negative emotion comes, you confirm it, you acknowledge it, you know that it's there, you know that you're not going to ignore it, and that it has a meaning and it has a purpose, and that you respect it, and you'll figure out whatever that emotion wants you to figure out. I just kind of went on a whole tangent there. I didn't know it was gonna go that far, but my first thought was the devil, because as you grow throughout life, you don't really have your own emotions, your own personality, your own view on life. You absorb it from everyone around you. And my family was more Christian than anything, and they had the regular Christian beliefs, Jesus Christ and everything. And because everything I would experience from lucid dreaming was so negative, and it was negative because humans are naturally afraid of what they don't understand. Because back to ancient times, if you didn't understand what was going on or what was in a cave, your chances for survival would be lower. So if they don't know what's going on, if they don't know that area, that land, our ancestors would not even go there, because they know the crops here, they know what they can grow here, they know what they can do here. So those subconscious traits, those instincts that we put into our genes to survive back then, kicks in until today. And because I didn't understand what was going on, because I didn't understand what was happening, it scared me. And naturally, humans do not like fear, because once again, most of the time they don't understand fear. They know that they're afraid, but why are they shaking? Why are they nervous? Why does their muscles feel like they're weaker? And it's a spiraling circle downward. And my emotions would reflect that. And the lucid dreams would be pretty horrible experiences. So I always thought it was a devil, because it was demons, it was this, it was family members going through things I didn't want them to go through. So I always thought it was a devil. But that was when I didn't understand and fully respect my emotions. Now, the reason why I actually decided to start controlling it is because I read in many places how geniuses from Einstein to Tesla to Newton would actually go into their dreams with a preconceived idea of a problem and come out with answers from the dream. And I've actually done this a few times. It's pretty amazing, because once you're in this lucid dreaming state, with the multi-dimensions coming in and out, your brain, if you want to say brain, more like your soul, has really no limits. And it's like a supercomputer computing thousands and millions of things all at one time, and you can come in with an answer within seconds. And because of that, I had many things as an adolescent growing up, many things I wanted to understand, many things I wanted to do. First coming into this whole spiritualism subject, there was a wide variety of things, and it felt a little overwhelming. Just like fitness, just like a new sport, it's a whole new world, and all the facts, all the lies, all the people, you can get mixed in the crowd somewhere. And because of how the geniuses did it, I was like, hey, that's an internal dimension I could use as my personal thinking place. If only I knew what things I could actually come up in there. But how I actually learned to control it is pretty interesting. First, I was upset, I was angry, and I was tired of always being in fear every time I went to sleep. I had enough of it. I was angry. It was my life. Why was I born with a feeling that I can't control anything? With the feeling that I'm but how do I explain this? I am but it's pretty hard to put this into words, but I will be a victim of something else. And that got me upset. As a young, feisty person, it got me upset. So when I would start lucid dreaming again, I would actually stop running, stop being afraid. I would actually notice I'm in the dream, because the feeling of being in that state of lucid dreaming is very familiar. And I know you had many dreams where in the dream that you're dreaming, you just don't want to act on it. And then you wake up and you're like, I should have acted on it, But I stopped being afraid, and I started actually fighting back. No trying to figure out what was. No, it was just whatever was going on, whatever demon was chasing me, whatever was happening, I would fight it head on, because I had enough. I had enough of everything. And when I had that mindset in, I started sleeping more. I started taking naps more. I started sleeping on my back, because most of lucid dreamings and sleep paralysis happen when someone sleeps on their back. Going into sleep paralysis is actually the step below lucid dreaming in astral projection. The reason I say this is because sleep paralysis, your mind is awake, but your body is asleep. That's literally what lucid dreaming is. Your mind's awake and your body's asleep. You're just not relaxing enough to let the rush of chemicals come into your brain and start releasing all that imaginative process in and releasing you from your body. Sleep paralysis, some people say it's the step where your body is ready to astral project or to lucid dream, but your mind is not. And it makes sense, because your mind is kind of like what's making you see all these, because sometimes when you do sleep paralysis, you see many things you don't want to see. And your mind, some people say your mind actually stops you, because your soul, your consciousness knows that you're not ready, or you yourself put that block on yourself saying, I'm not ready. And is there even a difference between your conscious mind, your soul, and your subconscious? You can all be saying the same thing different ways. Who's here to say what's what? Because last time I checked, there isn't a master that controlled and learned everything and is now here to teach us. And with that, I just hit my 10-minute mark.